Okay, hello everyone, and welcome back to Dark Souls 2. In the last episode, we left off here in Drangleic Castle. Uh, Sorry that there wasn't an episode yesterday. I was gonna record yesterday, but my internet was basically acting up all day, especially in the afternoon. There was like a big storm here. That probably had something to do with it. So by the time I actually got around to, oh yeah, this room, they deactivated this room. Or does it activate if you, I don't actually know. Yeah, okay, that's when it activates. It's only a soul. That's kind of underwhelming. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so by the time my internet actually kind of started returning to normal, it was already like really late here. What the hell was that? Alright, we're gonna backstab you. Oh, thank you. Thank you, weapon. I just wanted the backstab. Thank you, that's all I want. Again, this thing has really high criticals, so hey, you gotta be careful with that statue. Not even what am I talking about? It's a fucking portrait. You'll see why. It's kind of a cool little Easter egg. Thank you. These guys are pretty easy to backstab and shield break. That's why I'm going for that. I'll try showing how to. He didn't have his. Of course, he doesn't have his shield up when I want to show it. Whatever, we'll have plenty of opportunities to show it off. So, this is a statue of Nashandra, who is the queen of Drangleic. Get close to it, you start to get cursed. Again, kind of a neat little detail giving you a hint that maybe things are not as simple as you think. Oh yeah, of course. First time we get invaded here by the Nameless Usurper, who is a character that shows up, or invader that shows up a few times throughout the game. She's not that difficult to deal with. I mean, she's using a fucking dagger, so she's not gonna put up too much of a fight. You do have to be careful because she can stun lock you to hell. And of course, none of the invaders and enemies actually get affected by the paintings, so you gotta be careful, you know. Still, that was easy as hell. Didn't even need to use. I keep forgetting that I now have flame weapons, so I actually have a worthy spell to use. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and unlock this bonfire here. Is this a secret bonfire? I honestly don't know. I mean, it's not really that hard to find. Even kind of, oh hey there. Didn't think he would follow me down. Strange that that attack didn't like pivot there. But I'm honestly glad. I'm not gonna complain. So we'll use up a human effigy, even though I don't think there is like a worthwhile summon for this boss. And this boss is honestly one of the easiest in the game. This game actually has a lot of easy bosses, and this one is especially lazy. I think this is one of the laziest bosses of the main game, not counting the DLCs. And here we have Queen Nashandra. Let's talk to her.
You have fought admirably on your journey, cursed undead. I am Nashandra, Queen of Drangleic. A true monarch carries the weight of their souls. The last king of this land, King Vendrick, as he was called. He found the strength to rule his people, and when the undead were born, cursed, he found more strength to face them, but in the end, never took the true throne. Visit Vendrick.
That,
Have no need for
oh,
two rulers.
that's all she says, but I guess not. Okay, well, she seems nice, doesn't she? I'm sure nothing bad is gonna happen. Look, she's sitting there all smiling. I'm sure she's not evil or anything. But you know, if you talk to Veliger already, he already gives you a hint that, oh, there is a summon here? Pilgrim Belclair. Thanks, Belclair, but we're not gonna need you for this boss fight. I should have used my buff before going in. So yeah, everybody knows what this is. 2 Dragon Riders. Only one of them uses the bow that I'm using. Again, is this a lazy boss fight? Hell yeah, it is. Oh, wow. That was... Did you see that? Okay, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Holy shit, that was a lot of damage. Yeah, the one that uses the bow and arrow is really weak. Like, he goes down super fast. And even this one, he's only as strong as the one at the beginning. So, by the time, you know, you're here, you're all powered up. You have a strong weapon. So, this boss shouldn't give you any troubles. Again, kind of lazy as hell. And they don't even give you a special reward. You only get another Dragon Rider soul. Oh well. I mean, everyone kind of complains about this boss. Understandably. But we got through it pretty easily. So yeah, we're already getting some... Oh, well, thank you. Okay, luckily this game doesn't actually kick you out if you... Again, my internet is still not the best. I don't know why. It's like... And see, the thing is, because I live outside of the city, just only like 15 minutes outside, I literally have no options in terms of what ISP I want. There's literally only one where I live. So it's not exactly like I can pick and choose what type of internet I have. I mean, it's decently fast. I'm getting about the same download and upload speeds as in New York. It's just... I oftentimes think that stability sometimes is more important than speed. And it was fine for a long time, but I don't know, recently it's been kind of going to shit. Do these guys not wake up? But yeah, recently it's been going to shit, which is really annoying. Maybe once you open the door. That's really strange, isn't it? Thought these guys would... Oh, you have to lure them in here, don't you? Because this is needed to unlock an elevator that will allow us to move on. And just like some of the other contraptions here in Drangleic, it works on souls. In the old patch, or I guess the vanilla version of the game, these statues used to wake up. But I guess luring in these mannequins is not that big of a problem. So yeah, that's my internet situation right now. I mean, it's still 85% of the times, it's still good. It's just, when it's bad, it's really annoying. Couple of spells, and here we have Sellsword Luat. And you know what? I've never summoned Sellsword Luat up to now. So let's summon him. Again, he has the Red Eye Ring, which is a unique ring in this game. It attracts more enemies. And he has Havel's Shield, and I think that's the Tower Shield. Or the Great Shield of Glory, that's what it's called. It's in Dark Souls 2 as well. So he's basically a walking tank. He also has... that thing on his back is Gower's Ring of Protection, which prevents backstabs. Oh, and I forgot that there's an Executioner's Chariot here. Yeah, of course. I was gonna say, you gotta be careful because it's a horse. So it's gonna kick you. The only thing is, Sellsword Luat would be a little bit more useful if he was just a tiny bit smarter. What really holds him back is the AI of this game. But he is, as you can see, very helpful. Holy shit, that was a lot of damage. Okay, buffed up, this thing is really powerful. Like, I didn't think the flame buff would make this much of a difference. But honestly, now I see why it's so good. So this is the... Oh, this is where you get Gowers. Weird. It's really weird. All these things are like confusing me. Oh yeah, and there used to be mastodons here instead of these night enemies. He's gonna be gone soon, Luet, because... Yeah, see? Shades, after they collect a certain number of souls, I think it's like 5,000, they automatically go back to their own world. And because that horse enemy we fought is technically a boss, he collected a shit ton of souls from there. I'll show you Gowers in a bit. It's the anti-backstab ring that was really broken for a good while. Basically what used to happen is people would troll you in the PvP arenas where they would wear like Havels and have Gower's ring, and they would just constantly run away from you and spam repair powders. And basically you couldn't do anything against that. And I think what they did to fix that is they ended up reducing the durability of Gowers. So I think it breaks in like 1 or 2 hits. And I think that was the fix, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, all of this is just things I kind of remember, so don't quote me on any of these. The Ring of the Assassin Gower, who has killed a half-dozen kings and several distinguished clergymen, reduces damage taken from behind. For an assassin whose own life is always at stake, the greatest liability is one's own exposed back. The thing is really interesting about Gowers is you actually get this weird ghost that clings onto you. It really looks like, now that I'm looking at it, it really looks like the Twin Princes, doesn't it? Huh, I never thought of that. It does look like when Lothric is clinging to Lorien's back. You can probably make a kind of build like that, couldn't you? Oh, fuck. This is a mimic. The bastards, they put a mimic here. There didn't used to be one. Damn, and I went against my own rule of always checking chests. Ah, damn it. I'm really pissed about that. Anyways, it's not going to be too difficult to get back because we can just run there. So yeah, this is kind of like a Lothric thing. Even like how he grabs onto your like chest from the front. Huh, interesting. So yeah, it's kind of a cool little effect, Gowers. Unfortunately, when you're a phantom, you know, you're in the PvP arenas, you can't really see it that well. But now that I've read the description, I remember what they did to fix Gowers. Is that it used to completely negate damage from behind. And they went ahead and changed it so that it only reduces it. Which makes it a lot fairer. Because, you know, like I said, you're not completely... Oh, what the hell? Wait, I'm fat rolling? Holy fuck. Wait, why am I fat rolling? What the hell? I just got bled, by the way. Is Gowers really that... Oh, fuck you. Just die. I'm seriously fat rolling. That's the difference. Wait, this is 10 units. Oh, it's actually really heavy. I forgot that Gowers was that heavy. I almost got killed there because of that. And that would have been kind of bad, because I have like 42,000 souls at stake here. Oh wow, he swung around more than I thought. Anyways, it doesn't matter how many Estuses I use up, because after this section there isn't really that much more resistance until the shortcut. Oh, he's coming as well. Do you see how he just like spun around there? Yeah, I knew I was gonna get hit there. These guys have a couple of attack patterns that they just rarely use. Like this one. They don't really use that often. Okay, so 2 reps of Sand Tears does kill them. A Green Blossom, seriously? That's the best you can give me? Alright, you fucking mimic. You know what? Just to kill you quicker, I'm gonna buff up. I still don't like the way weapon buffs look in this game. Okay, he didn't even have time. Washing Pole and Petrified Dragon Bone. God, they moved a lot of stuff. All of these are kind of catching me off guard. Because Washing Pole used to be in the whatchamacallit. Oh, I already... Did I already look at this? Yes, yeah, I did. The Washing Pole used to be in the Dragon Shrine. But that's good that they give you Sephiroth's sword earlier. That's never a bad thing. It's not that good anymore, I think. The katanas used to be super powerful, but they nerfed them pretty heavily. Used to be katanas and ice rapier. That used to be the PvP meta. I think rapiers are still pretty good. Oh, hey there. God, I hate these enemies. Really don't want to die because it's kind of a long way to run back here. I did not mean to do a plunging attack, obviously. Can I just kill... Oh, shit. Getting my ass handed to me by these pyromancers. You know what? Let's do this like this. That's lingering flame. Oh, shit, it's still... Well, it certainly lingered, didn't it? That's... It's kind of an interesting spell, Lingering Flame. It's supposed to be like sort of a trap, but it doesn't really work. Unless you like specifically set it up when you get invaded. It's kind of a difficult thing to do. Alright, screw you. Get poisoned and die. That is a weird death sound. Did you just hear that? Alright then. There's one of those weird wall ghosts. Yeah, this has stayed the same. Estus Flash Shard. Gonna put us at 10, which is pretty good, I think. I have 53,000, sorry. 53,000 souls and whatever that was, Wilted Dust Curb. This is a shortcut back to the bonfire we were at. So I think what I'm going to do is I've picked up a couple of Petrified Dragon Bones, which I'll use to upgrade this bow. And I know people keep telling me, and they are right, that this bow sucks. It's just I kind of really like its design and everything. And I never used it, so... You know, this is about trying out new things, these return series. Damn. I did like a weird cough there. Alright, we're gonna reinforce, I mean. Yeah, let's get this to +3, I guess. So how many... One more. One more. That's all I need. That actually shouldn't be that difficult to get. One more Twinkling Titanite. Once we get to the, the Dragon Eyrie and everything, it's not even going to be a problem because there are so many Twinkling Titanites there. So, a couple of levels. Let's increase... This and this. I mean, going into my, like, strength and dex, it's not really worth upgrading that because this weapon is not going to scale anyways, and it is going to be the main weapon I use in this playthrough, so you know, you can just focus on... Oh yeah, and this is interesting. When you get to Dranglake Castle, all the areas you haven't visited unlock, and all the bonfires you missed too, I think. No, that's actually not true. Oh yeah, yes it is. There are a couple of optional areas I haven't gone through yet. Mainly the Executioner Chariot is one of them. And the other one is the Belfry Soul, I think it's called. It's in the Iron Keep. So we'll go through both of those. I mean, Belfry Soul is extremely short. There isn't even a boss there. And that giant, you know, that we activated with the soul, that's what he does. He lowers this elevator. You know what, we'll turn back into human form a bit later. We are pretty much coming up to the end of this area. There is one more boss to go and one more corridor. And I'm only 20 minutes in, so we're finally... This is finally an episode where I can actually make good progress. Yeah, we're basically going up all the way to the top of Drang Lake Castle. And of course, here is key to the embedded. Well, no, this is the embedded, and we need the key to the embedded to kill him. This guy looks really weird. He makes a weird noise as well. Kind of an interesting thing. I think the lore is that he chained himself up there for whatever reason. And the key is essentially a sword that you stick into him and kill him. And that is... God, what are they called? They have a name, but they essentially protect the Shrine of Amana. I just noticed that the gloves look really stupid on me. So we're gonna switch it out to... Yeah, that's better. These girls there protect the Shrine of Amana. And they actually cast a special aura, which lore-wise is pretty important, but we'll get into that later. I mean, I think the lore of this game is very interesting. And it does actually tie into Dark Souls 3 as well pretty heavily. It just, I think Dark Souls 3 has so many callbacks to the first game that people tend to forget that this game's lore is involved in Dark Souls 3 as well. Just because there are, like I said, so many references to like Guinevere and Gwendolyn and all that. Actually, the DLC is going to be coming out. Well, I wouldn't say pretty soon because it's like a bit less than 2 months away. But still, I'm excited. Of course I'm excited. It looks good, the DLC. Now here you can make a choice. These enemies, if you kill them in that state, before they're activated, they're very easy to kill. The only problem is that you miss out. The thing about these enemies, these stone... Wow, they go down quickly. The thing about these stone guardians, or whatever they're called, is that they drop upgrade materials very frequently. I think this is probably the easiest place to get... first of all, their weapons. And they actually drop a pretty decent shield. But also they drop... I've gotten several slabs from these guys, as well as chunks. We're gonna have no summon here because Banhart is no... Oh yeah, there is a summon here. Ashen Knight. Oh, it's Boyd. You know what? Let's get Boyd in here. Ashen Knight Boyd normally is... He used to be the summon for the Duke's Dear Freya, which I think is still there. But he also appears here. Since I didn't summon him there, I wanna redeem myself because he's actually a very awesome summon. He uses the S-Stock and he kind of slays with it. Mirror Knight, good old Mirror Knight. God, he's gonna be annoying to hit, isn't he? The thing about the Mirror Knight is he has this weird mechanic with his shield. I got hit by that. That was really dumb. I don't know why that didn't deal any damage. See, his shield has like this massive hitbox, which does actually cause your weapons to bounce off of it. See how I'm like getting stuck in the shield? Okay, I think we'll stick to the spear moveset here. That seems to be working. There are different damage types in this weapon. I mean, in this game. And enemies are weak to certain types of damage. I think this guy might be weak to thrust attacks. See? Did you see how my weapon bounced off the shield? It can get actually kind of annoying with certain weapons. You know, a lot of the great swords, for example, automatically swing from... They automatically swing from right to left. And basically, if you're in front of him, he's always gonna... Or you're most likely gonna hit the shield. Yeah. You know this mechanic. We all know it. Taking a bit of a risk here, but wow, he just like... He didn't even get to react or anything. Weird. It's more interesting when you actually get a person, which I unfortunately have never gotten. And he's really focusing on Boyd, isn't he? I've tried, by the way, many times to get summoned by the Mirror Knight, and it never worked once. Alright, that was a lot easier than I thought. Thanks, Boyd. Yeah, like I said, Ashen Knight Boyd kind of slays. He's really powerful. Even against the Duke's Dear Freya. But yeah, that was the Mirror Knight. He's supposed to be like the big cinematic boss, and he's pretty awesome. I do like this arena a lot. I mean, he was the first boss shown. Just because I think this is an interesting like mechanic, the way he summons. I just wish they made it easier to get summoned by him. I think the whole mechanic would be a lot more interesting if there was like a specific, maybe not a covenant, but maybe a statue you could interact with to get summoned to the Mirror Knight. Because first of all, a lot of people didn't even know about it. And second of all, I think the level restrictions are very tight to get summoned by the Mirror Knight. Hey, that rhymed. But yeah, it's kind of unfortunate because the mechanic itself is pretty cool. But yeah, that was the Mirror Knight. Not that difficult, except for that annoying thing with his shield. So yeah, what I was talking about is that if you have a great sword, because great swords almost always swing from right to left, it's actually very easy to hit his shield. So you need to either two-hand it or use the R2 attacks. So yeah, with certain weapons, the Mirror Knight can be a bit more irritating. Not with a spear though. I'm still only 27 minutes in. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and start wrapping this episode up here. Here we are in the Shrine of Omana. Do like this area. We are essentially in the valley under Dranglake Castle. So yeah, this area is pretty significant lore-wise and gameplay-wise, because this used to be probably the most annoying area in the game, which I actually tackled vanilla Shrine of Omana when I was doing my first playthrough of this game, and it was hell. Luckily they patched it, and for good reason. Anyways, I want to thank you guys very much for watching. We'll touch on that in the next episode, but for now, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this episode of Dark Souls 2, and I'll see all of you next time. Goodbye.